Hello, everybody. It's Rombo here, and I hope you guys are enjoying the beginning of the weekend. Uh, Today, I'm going to be going over in my part two series of my indicators. Uh, we went over some free ones the other week, and today I have been going over the the harmonic pattern indicator, which is based off of uh, very precise Fibonacci levels, and it creates certain patterns. Uh, Basically, I'll show you here a lot of the patterns that it goes off of. They have what they call the bat, the ABCD, the butterfly, the crab, the Gartley, and it does bearish and bullish ones. And there's different variances, but very precise measurements that will only then create a somewhat of a predictable move. And that is what I downloaded. And the amazing thing is, you have a scanner that goes along with it. Um, and so then you can just you know put it in for your daily chart, your 4 hour chart, 15-minute chart, your 1 minute chart, and you can scan for these. And it's just excellent. Now NXTD, um, this has already somewhat completed the move here. It completed the pattern. This is what they call the potential reverse zone. This line right here is the harmonic optimum price to where it would go down. That would be the optimum. Uh, and the strategy is to try to wait for it to come up from whatever level that it bounces right here. It looks like it bounced, and then you want to wait for it to break this line, retest it. Sometimes it doesn't. So that's the part that's going to be completely up to you. But I'm just going toward according to what um, instructors say is it usually will retest this support line right here, this area, and then it will continue upward. And it gives you, based on Fibonacci levels, a target price, first target price at the 38.2%, the second target at 61.3, and the third off of the 113. And so I'm getting excited because this one, the NXT, is not only, if you remember, concurrence. When many indicators come together, that's really strong. And right here, we have this downward trend line. That's a resistance line, and here we're coming up to getting, for me to personally buy in. When it breaks this, I'm going to wait for it to retest, and then I'm going to get it in this trade, NXT. So I have my alarm set so I don't have to babysit it. And we're going to be seeing what happens with NXTD. Um, the other one that I showed, I believe, in one of my videos was Flux. And Flux is also in the potential reverse zone. So again, the same kind of pattern. It even labels them, tells you what kind of pattern it is. This is the deep crab. Um, and there's certain kind of characteristics for each one. One's a little bit more volatile than the other. One tends to have more potential to it. Um, very interesting indicator and scanner. Um, the other one is ESTE, and now this came up on my scanner, and this is what you can expect from the scanner is the pattern not being filled. Now you're like, well, Ron, I just want them when you're down here. Well, you want to, you know, that's that's nice if you're impatient. But here you want to watch and you want to look for certain movements, maybe certain resistances on the way down here. Then you could write notes. You could put trend lines in here while it still comes down. It doesn't. This hasn't even set up the potential reverse zone quite yet, because this could still be coming up. Remember, this paints and changes as it goes along. So, but ESTE is also very interesting. TEL also came up on the list, and we'll take a look at TEL. And here it recognized the reversal, or at least the potential reversal. Yet if this continues up, then this C would be coming up along with it. But right now we're right here. If it continues downward, then you could watch it, put it on your watch list, and maybe put an alarm here, where you could set an alarm to have it go off when it crosses below that line, and then you could that way you don't have to necessarily babysit it. You could put it up here a little bit higher, so then when it crosses, you're not quite down there yet, and then you could do your due diligence to see how it came down here, looking for certain support. Here's your support lines right here, and you could draw those lines in there and get prepared properly for the trade. Some other examples here. There was a few that I wanted to take a look at, but here's off my scanner right here. Now my scanner I have set for, if you notice, the blue is for bullish, red is for bearish, and I have mine set up for bullish scans. Now here, this might freak you out a little bit, but this happens more often than not. You have a bearish pattern, right? And this is supposed to come up to here, and then that will drop down, and at the same time as it's completing the bearish pattern, it's also setting up a bullish pattern. So, and if you notice, see, it doesn't quite always go according to plan. So you have to wait. You have to, no, I'm going to scrub this one. Just look for a better pattern. Sometimes this happens, and then what happens? Then it will, then it will come down, or in this instance, it will come up and complete the bearish pattern first, and then come down. And this is on the daily chart, so you could just look at it, write a note, maybe put another alarm up here to where it will finish this pattern. And if you're bullish or bearish, I'm sorry, the same thing. You just play it the other way around. You wait for it to come up here, and then you have it come down to hit the target. And there is a little bit more aggressive way you could do this also. In your scans, if you get a bullish scan here, like this, and it none of this has happened yet, right? And you get where the scan is down here and maybe starting to go upwards. You could scalp this move right here and scalp it, because the bears, this is called the bull trap right here. It's trapping the bulls. It comes up and we're like, yay, here we go, we're on our way up, and then boom, it comes down to its the bearish target. So you could kind of use the bearish strategy against them, as they're just letting this ride up. You could just scalp this and play it all the way up until the reversal, and use that, and then get out, let it drop down to complete this pattern, get in, and then play the big move. So both bearish and bullish patterns can be very beneficial to you when you understand the movements. I wouldn't exactly just go gung-ho and start doing this right away, but play around with it, and I think that you'll really enjoy it. again, sometimes you might be in a trade or thinking about it. Hey guys, look at PAYA. This looks really good. And it might be right here, and you notice, oh wait a minute, there's a bearish. This is setting up a bearish pattern here. Um, you might want to get, if you're down here, but at least you kind of know that, right around the corner there's going to uh, be a potential reversal, around here. So it's very, very beneficial um, in that regards. Also, was highly recommended with uh, this indicator is just not that alone, but it's called the RSI BAM, BAMM. It is uh, uh, obviously, if you are familiar with any kind of indicators, it's an RSI indicator. But to go along with this, John Carney's came up with this kind of pattern that he has worked with in collaboration with uh, Paul there at uh, Fun with ThinkScript to create this indicator. It goes along, part of the strategy is with the RSI BAM. Um, there isn't any indication on this one here, but it looks for certain patterns that develop above the 70 that comes down. It gives you a little red dot when it crosses down, but then it turns red when it fills the pattern for you to trust the downward move in conjunction with this pattern. So let's say this comes all the way down into here. Well, obviously this is going to cross down below the 30. But then they look for certain, what they call like M pattern within the RSI. And when that happens and crosses above, it will give, like the red one back here, it will give a green one. And then this line will turn green. Okay, and in conjunction with that, and it being in the reverse area, that combination is what you really want to do uh, strictly to make a really good, solid, conservative trade to watch it go to the upside, and vice versa, bearish also on the downside. It has a certain pattern. This one met the pattern right here on the RSI, but there wasn't anything um, up here. So they have to be in concurrence with each other. But if you notice, the pattern didn't completely fill because this didn't go red after it broke back down. So with that said, that is a little bit of the harmonic pattern indicator. And remember, there is a scanner that goes that you could buy that goes along with it. And I've been messing with it now for the last week, and I am absolutely loving it. Um, and I will leave a link down below if you guys aren't familiar with where to go with that. And I also do get some a percentage back and buying things and stuff like that with indicators that I want to buy um, and stuff like that also. Um, and with that said, I hope you guys have a really good weekend. I got to hurry up and get out of here and mow the lawn. Take care, guys.